Frankie Flowers is here. So we just came off a ridiculously hot weekend. It's going to be ridiculously hot the next little while. And we were talking over break, and I said, is there really even a point to watering right now? Everything is just dead. It'll come back next season. And you said, yeah, there's a point.
Yeah, first I said, are they annuals or the perennials?
Yeah.
And you said they're perennials, and indeed. So we want to make sure that our perennials, trees, shrubs are actually going into winter where they're not under stress. So if we don't water them right now and they go into winter under stress, and then we have a cold winter, you're going to really see they're goners, right? So you've done this investment in perennials and trees and shrubs, so now you really still have to do deep and frequently waterings. And that means soaking an area overall. So it includes your lawn. So your lawn, and this is what we want to talk about because a lot of people's lawns right now are not looking that great.
No.
Also, some people are struggling as well. Let's show an image of April. So April Kalu, which is one of our producers here on Breakfast Television, had some issues with her new sodded lawn, and you can see how the sod is just rolled over. That's skunks and or raccoons that's doing that, looking for grubs underneath the sod. You could put bone or blood, well, not bone meal. Don't do that. Put blood meal down. Blood meal will actually distract them from the area, and you got to get that sod rooted. So if you have new sod that has just been laid, many new areas, water. And when you know it's rooted is when you go to lift the sod, it won't come up anymore. You can put a sod and seed starter down that will help out with that, but that's really important.
But constant watering, more than you would typically water.
So your lawn needs about 1 inch of water per week, and a lot of times people are like, well, how much is that? Because we have different water pressures. You can just take a container, throw it in the center of your lawn, put your sprinkler on, and then measure the time that it takes to fill that container to 1 inch. That's how long you know. And you then can even put a timer on because we still want water is such a precious resource that we want to be really good at that. Some other issues that have been happening, I got an email from a viewer in Bowmanville, and this is what's called red thread.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah, so you're starting to see this a lot on a lot of lawns that have almost a red fescue, which is a variety of grass seed. You can see that red tinge to the lawn.
What is that?
This is actually a disease, and this happens during summers where we have a lot of wet conditions. And so you'll get this red tinge at this time of the year. What do you do with this? Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, so all you're going to do, you can rake the area out, but this also means that you have compacted soil. So you should be aerating. And aerating is that process where you use a machine that pulls little cores of soil out that allows moisture and nutrients to get back in because the compaction doesn't allow that.
Do you need to buy something? Can you rent? You can rent,
You can rent, you can get somebody to come in. I usually rent it, and then 3 neighbors do it all in one morning. Doesn't take a long time. Most importantly, at this time of the year, watch out for weeds. So even if you have dandelions that are growing in your lawn, now's the time that you can do a treatment on those. So there's things that I think called Weed Begone, which is just a spot spray that you can use. But the most important thing that you can do in the fall, and I have a bag of it here, is using a fall formulated fertilizer. And the reason why you want to use a fall formulated fertilizer, this is actually going to put nutrient to the blade of grass and improve the sugars in the blade of grass. By improving those sugars in the blade of grass, it's going to insulate it so that you get a quicker green up in spring.
Good for the winter.
And protects it. Yeah, so you're protecting and improving.
Gotcha. Okay, Frankie Flowers, you can reach him, of course, with all of your questions and all of your fun lawn pictures.
And water your perennials tonight, Mel.
I'm on it.
Better to water in the morning, but we work in the morning.
All right, thank you, Frankie.